Hello. Gotta pull up my, where is that? Oh, I gotta get new contacts. Oh, I haven't started it yet, that's why. Well, I guess I can open this one. Just do a new one. So I'm going to be working on a Fairy Tales illustration tonight, starting a new one. The one I would like to begin, if I can find my thumbnail for it, is Sleeping Beauty. Probably one of the more intimidating ones on my list. Where are you? There you are. So this one's just going to be a very involved illustration. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. There's just going to be a ton of reference pictures and details and that kind of thing going into it, so I really need to stop avoiding it. It's the one I've put off till the end because I just didn't want to deal with having to figure out how to do all this, but that will no longer suffice. Gotta love it when my proportions are off. Okay. Well, so anyway, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do tonight. Hopefully. But yeah, still not sure how I want to handle all the stuff happening down here. Skeletons and bones and things happening. It's just gonna kind of be a big mess. I'm also not sure how I want to handle the background, but anyway, I will figure that out in a moment because I need to get music on or I will go crazy. Where is my music? Music. Let's start somewhere else today. There we go. Oh, you think it was a former employee? Oh my. Sorry, I'm talking to some people on Discord. Oh yeah, I did make it to 100. I wonder who my 100th watcher was. I was kind of hoping that would happen on the stream, but oh my, that's way too loud. Hang on. Okay, I don't know if that's too loud for you guys to hear me or not, but anyway. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure who my 100th watcher was on Twitch. If there's a way for me to pull that up. Let's see. Maybe Streamlabs will tell me. Oh man. Oh, I'm so tired today. Yeah, it doesn't say. Oh, it says Kitsune Yume has followed. I don't know who that is. They followed a day ago, so they just found my link and followed. Oh, it looks like Green has subscribed. Aw, thank you, Green. Really need to get my subscriber rewards up and running. There's Kales. I wonder what he... Oh, Grifter? I didn't know Grifter subscribed to me. Nice of him. Yeah, it's not saying. Okay, anyway. So I'm gonna look up some images real quick. Excuse me. We need to go get some tea or something to keep me awake. Okay, let me make a little Twitch announcement because I'm just so all kinds of behind today. Doop, 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 I'm gonna have to draw so many skeletons. There's gotta be a better way to... I'm gonna fix the background on this because it's not really figured out very well. I also wonder if I shouldn't change up the way I'm doing this. I don't know. Screenshot. Doop doop doop. Okay. That should suffice. Well, too much for that. I don't really know what to do. Art, painting, stream. I'll just do live stream. No, I'll do Twitch. Sorry, I'm really not good at tagging stuff. I never know what tags I'm supposed to use. Not Twitch creative because it's too long. Just Twitch is fine. Oh, hey Ender, how are you doing? And a Baze. Hey guys, how's it going? Sorry about my cluttered screen here. Tab? What do you mean tab? Tab, but oh, that's a terrible picture. Why is it that big on the screen? Oh, it's so big and blurry. It looks terrible. Oh well. It's too late. Man, I am exhausted. Oh, is that what you mean? Tab to keep me awake? Oh, hey, Crimson. Hey, guys. How's everybody doing? Man, you guys are so prompt for a Tuesday. I'm usually like by myself for half an hour on Tuesdays. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming out. How is everybody? Just go back from an eye exam. That sounds useful. I could use one of those. My contacts are way out of prescription. I think I'm on my last couple pairs too, so it's about time. Okay, I'm gonna keep Discord open. Man. I got super lost on the creepy side of YouTube for like an hour just now, and I'm like not excited about it being nighttime soon. I'm just gonna say that. I don't know why I decided to do that, or where that impulse even came from. But I do need water for sure. Yeah. You have a slight stigmatism in your right eye. Oh man, I don't know what that means. I think my mom has one of those, but I don't really know what that means. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. I can't connect dots right now and need headache meds. Oh no. I'm sorry, Ender. You should go get some tea. Tea always makes me feel better. Yeah, I'm just tired. I don't really have a good excuse. I actually took a really long nap this morning to make up for like lack of sleeping. I felt great earlier, but for some reason I just feel terrible right now. Probably because I have only had ice cream for like 2 days. Probably just don't have the right energy. It's been really bad. I go through like waves, fluctuate with my level of commitment to my healthy eating habits. It's not the best. Not the best. Okay, so I think I've learned from my last ones that it's a really bad idea to just do a direct paint over on these because of the pixelation. Man, I gotta figure out what I want to do with the background. I feel like it needs something, but I don't know what. Maybe a castle? I don't want to do too much detail though, because I feel like there's already going to be so much detail in the skeletons. It means your eye is more oval shaped. Wait, hang on. It means your eye is more oval shaped than it is spherical. Oh, huh. I didn't know that. I'm sick. I have like chronic migraines. Aw, I'm sorry. So it's my cousin has that. Did I tell you that before? I've got a cousin who's had chronic migraines her whole life. And they've done all kinds of like crazy procedures to try and help her. Hey Dream, how's it going? Okay, I am gonna go grab some water though. So enjoy this really intense epic music. I'll be right back. Oh hey Senna. Sorry guys. I have to make water. My filters are empty right now. Man, everybody's like here right now. Sorry to just like run out on everybody. Okay, let me catch up. You're one of your characters. Good, good. Man, you are so good at that, Amaze. I need to get motivated like you to actually work on my head world stuff. Also, it's super hot in here, so when my water is done, I'm gonna open the window. No, it was not you, Dream. Just really thirsty. Let's see. Commission, I'm part of. Wait, characters for what? Spooky Grim Twist. Oh, I think you might have been talking to Amaze, but I'm not sure. This one is, okay, so this one is Sleeping Beauty. So this is Maleficent here. I don't really like her design, probably gonna totally change it. But yeah. So in the story, she and Maleficent are actually in cahoots. So they conspire to kill everybody and overthrow, overthrow the kingdom so that they can have power. So I kind of wanted to emphasize the fact that she was fine with just, killing hundreds of people in order to be in charge. So, I felt like that was kind of dirty of her. So anyway, yeah, I don't really like I don't know about the butterfly. Well, because I was going with the, dark fairy thing, so I was like, okay, it's like butterfly wings fairy. But I really don't like her design. This was just more of a concept that I sent her. So I might actually do some character designing tonight before maybe, in between taking a break on the skeletons, because I know those are going to be the most intense part. And I'm not really happy with the lighting in this thumbnail either. I like the concept, but there's just a bunch of things I'm not quite sold on as far as, maintaining interest in painting it, which is important. But yeah. Also, I don't know if you guys were on when I first got on, but it was pointed out to me that I hit 100 followers on Twitch. Woo! I am officially a centennial. For whatever that means. But I was excited to see that. It's like, awesome! 100 people, for whatever reason, decided to hit that follow button. I'll take it. Are all 3 mods present? Oh, that's right. You guys are all here. Varanus? That's a cool name. Where do you get your names from? Oh, poor Ender. Hey, Green. How are you doing? Oh, and thank you for the subscription, by the way. I saw that. Sneaking it in off stream. For shame. Thanks, guys. I'm excited. I feel like I should do something special, but I'll probably just eat on stream like I always do and complain about my drawing, so, nothing will change. The Latin name for Komodo dragon. Oh, cool. Man. So I'm thinking about possibly, I don't know, we'll see what I end up doing. But I'm thinking about possibly becoming an adjunct. I need one of my people who are actually professors to come on here so I can pick their brain about what that means. Because I am a little low on funds right now and I don't really want to waste time going back to some random part-time job. And I feel like teaching adjunct art classes at a community college would be pretty low as far as time commitment, other than driving there and actually teaching. But grading, I feel like most grading is done in class, through critique and stuff. Anyway, that's how I would do it. If you don't show up to critique, you don't get points for it. But I don't know. I've never done that before, so I'm kind of nervous. So if anybody listening to my voice right now has any experience with that, or knows anybody who does that, has advice for me, would love to hear it. I can thank Senna Scribble for the initial spark. Oh. Well, good job, Senna. Man, this needs peanut butter. That would make these vegetables so much better. Okay, I think my water is done. So I'm gonna go get water, open my window, and get started. Dragons? Wait, who's talking about dragons? Oh my gosh, you get such bad headaches that you lose your memory? That's pretty bad. I'm sorry. That would be super annoying to deal with. Oh, he looks great. I feel like your style is really starting to like come together. Amazed. I feel like from the time I first saw your work to now, I can see a lot of like cohesiveness happening, and your proportions are really good on this. I like it. Keep it up. I can't remember a good chunk of your life. I mean, I don't remember like much of my childhood. My memory's been getting worse lately too, but I feel like it's because I'm stressed. Do you think stress has something to do with your memory loss, or is it all headache? Headache related. Okay, I'm looking at bone pictures, so give me just 1 second. Let's see. Oh dear. Skeletons painting. Pile of skeletons. Holy cow, that's creepy. Oh, it's just the headaches, so you're not typically stressed as a person or anything, or anxious. It's just the headaches that cause it. Man, that's crazy. I'm sorry. That'll be a lot to deal with. So I typed in skeleton painting, and of course, it's the internet. So what I came up with was this cat that somebody spray painted a skeleton onto. Oh my. Oh, internet and your obsession with cats. So many cats. Alright. My mom's silly name is not... It is pretty cool, but it's just like... not what I'm looking for. Oh, you are stressed and anxious. I wonder if they're related. I mean, it's probably mostly the headaches, you're probably right. But I know that you can have memory loss from being stressed. Okay, there's like no good skeleton paintings. I feel like I've seen famous paintings of like tons of skeletons piled up. That's kind of what I was looking for. Stress-related headaches? Yeah. I don't really get headaches from stress, I like wake up in the middle of the night stressed out. And it's made it really hard to work effectively, because I'll sit down to try and get stuff done throughout the day, and it's just like, I just feel like I've already failed before I've even started. Which is hard to kind of overcome. Which is part of why streaming has actually really helped me. I really need to be streaming like every day, probably. At least until I can get over this. Because it does, like, having to do stuff in front of you guys really helps me. You guys are like my accountability buddies. It keeps me more focused. Oh, I'm sorry, Ender. Don't feel like you have to keep up in chat if you don't want to. Yeah, feel better. Feel free to lurk. Do what you gotta do. Take care of yourself. Save layers. Am I hungry? Yes. Actually, you know what? I've already not forgotten to save because this is not an actual file yet. So thank you, as always. You guys keep me so on track you don't even know. Commissions. It's the last one I gotta do, I think, for this set. Believe. Nope, I lied. Gretel. Gretel is another one. I need to get another monitor. Doing this on my TV makes everything difficult. Okay. I kind of want chocolate milk. Oh, thanks, Doodlebot. Hey, that was great timing. Too bad you're late. But we were just talking about that. Well, you see, poor Hansel. You'll just have to wait and find out. Yes, there is no Hansel in this story. For a sinister reason. Bum, bum, bum. This is not what I want. Famous paintings though. Holy cow, why did I even click this? Ew. Ah, get away from me. Guys, don't scroll too far down when you look up skeleton paintings. At least not in Google Images. Ooh, this is nice. Safe mode search. I know, I really should have been in safe mode search. So scarred. So many scarring things I've seen today. Oh, jeez. Okay. But that's my fault. I went to that part of YouTube. I should have known better, and I just did it anyway. I really should get more in the habit of doing that. Okay, this is a nice reference picture, though. I'm sure there's stuff that gets past it. It's the internet. I mean, you can't, it's really not, the internet's really not fit for human consumption, let's just be honest. It's like easy access to the dregs of all of the deepest thoughts of humanity. Nobody ever really wanted to come to light, so. If you had used safe mode, Frankie, green! You mean you could have prevented it? You could have, oh, Frankie. So crispy. That was a very disheartening moment when I pulled him out of the oven the first time. I was like, well, he's going in the trash. Like, I thought there was no way he was salvageable. Well, there should be a safe mode for pyromancy. Okay, let's see. Bone pile skull frame. What is this? I like this sculpture. It's really useful. This is exactly what I want. Would it be terrible if I just directly referenced this photo? Probably. Why can't I find like a big version of this photo? I hate that. Everything is like, oh, here we go. Here's a big one. Visit. Oh, it's a Russian website. That's dangerous. These are not good skeletons. These are CGI skeletons. Google Images. That's what I get for going to a Russian website. Psh. Ew, what is this? I'm getting progressively more disturbed. That's just horrible. Man, I really wish I had been born in an earlier time in the century. I think I would have done better growing up in like the 50s. Like, all of this just makes me not want to have children ever, because I'm like, I don't want to subject any more humans to this kind of stuff. People are terrible. I feel like we just need to stop. Wait. There's a risk either way. It would be as smart and efficient, and no one will judge Casey because you work smart as an artist, not needlessly hard. You think? I mean, I hate to do a direct reference like this, but it really is like, I found this great. There's like a sculpture, I guess, that's like a pile of bones. And like, this would be perfect, 'cause that's exactly what I want. I want her to be laying on it like she would be lounging right here, kind of a thing. Like amidst the bones. You know, I might change the way she's laying, though. Kind of what, maybe I'll like make her dress flowing down or something. I don't know. I feel a redraw coming on. This just isn't quite what I want. Xavier is also the name of a childhood friend of mine, so I think I'm going with that. Oh, that's a cool name. Xavier sounds like a wealthy millionaire's name. Creepy noises coming from my apartment. And it's getting dark outside. Don't like it. Oh, hey, Yo-Yo, how are you doing? Oh yeah, if you find any good refs of piles of skeletons, please share them. If anybody wants to help look for that, that would be great. Because I'm getting lost down the rabbit hole of creepy Google images right now, trying to find these things. Oh, did you just have a baby? What do you mean? Especially with the little one in the house. You should be careful with your spells anyway, Green. Just saying. Those things are not to be trifled with. Come on now. Post. Okay. Beep 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 boop boop. Okay, what are these? Let's see. How you doing, Yo-Yo? How's your day going? I'm looking up creepy, but see, that's the Russian one that I found earlier. The first one you sent me, Senna. Deet 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 deet. Oh yeah, I saw that one, but it didn't look like I could see very many details. Man, that is so creepy though. Like, holy cow. So many people. Ugh. So creepy. I do like that second picture though. I like the feeling of it. Having a hard time with your story? Oh, what's going on? Last Tuesday your daughter arrived. Aw, that's so cute. What's her name? Is this your first? First of many or just first in general? What was that other site somebody linked me to? There's like another searching engine that somebody here was using. I don't remember what it was called. But it like turned up alternative. Okay, let's see. Alternatives to Google. Bing? Was it Bing? I thought there was another one. It is probably Bing. Ask Jeeves. Let's see, pile of skeletons. Let's see what it turns up here. Oh, actually some of the same images, but some different ones too. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's so morbid. Ew, that one's creepy. first and probably only. Nice. Grace Ellen. Very sweet. Well, congratulations. Welcome to fatherhood. Yes, you will have to be more responsible with your spell casting from now on. Ew, what is this pile of bones picture? Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to find some that are like full body skeletons though, and that's really the hard part, because I'm finding lots of bones, you know, just like femurs and stuff, and skulls, but like, which, I mean, skull references are always good. But I really want like full body skeletons, which is part of why I think I like this sculpture so much, is because it's just like the full form of the human. Well, that's exciting. New stage of life for sure. Yeah, that's what I was thinking I would have to do. It's just that, like, I don't know, they fall in such interesting ways, you know? Like, if they're arranged for me to look at, as opposed to just looking at a skeleton. But yeah, for sure. Now, I am saving some of these references, though, that you sent. Thank you for looking those up. Just getting lost. Mass of skeletons. Oh my, okay. You know, this is really just shocking me with how many mass graves there are, really. Oh, I've been there. Have you guys ever heard of the, Sedlec Ossuary? It's so creepy and so cool. But when I was going through Europe, we went to this. It's like a cathedral that's decorated in bones. Because basically the grave, like the cemetery by the cathedral ran out of space. But people still wanted to be buried there for some reason. And so people started, like, letting people, they started, when they were dying, they were like, hey, you can use my bones to decorate the cathedral or whatever. So, like, the monks who ran it basically started, like, building chandeliers out of people's bones and, like, ornamentations and crests and stuff. And it was just, it's crazy. Yeah, I'll link you guys. Let me see. It's in the Czech Republic. And this happened, like, during the, like a long time ago, like 1800s, 1700s, or something like that. But yeah, here's the Wikipedia if you're interested. It's definitely, I took a lot of pictures there. It's a very inspiring place. Oh, hey, Last, how are you? I'm looking at bones. Trying to ignore the creepy sounds coming from behind me, you know. Just blotting out my terrible decision to watch creepy security cam videos on YouTube before I started streaming. It's never a good idea. But yeah, I've seen all this stuff in person. It's so crazy. It's like, here's one of the crests that they made. These are real bones. These aren't, nothing about this is fake. And like all of this stuff is it's just like rooms and rooms of this. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Uncle Bobby. Exactly. That would be so weird, right? I'd be like, oh yeah, my great aunt is a part of the chandelier. Here's the chandelier. Yes, the ghosts are pestering me again, you guys. No joke. Freaked out by it. But yeah, like crazy, right? Isn't that the weirdest? Like, I guess I can understand. Like, it really was made with the intent of being incredibly reverent and respectful of the dead. It wasn't supposed to, like. I'm sure if this kind of thing was done in modern day, it would be seen as like very, like, irreverent and very horrible probably. But it's just such a strange, like, oddity of the past, you know. But I mean, like, look at all these people who like said they wanted to do this. Oh my gosh, it's just insane. Anyway, so anyway, there's your taste of creepy things, I guess, for the day. But yes, no, creepy sounds for sure. My apartment makes lots of creepy sounds. And I'm all alone. I need chocolate milk. I'm like falling asleep as I sit here. Xavier Holter. So what's your story about, Yo-Yo? maybe we can help you with the part you're stuck on. Magic and orphans. You hate creepy? Oh, I'm sorry. So now, oh, you hate creepy and you were looking up all those pictures for me? Oh. I guess I don't see skeletons as creepy necessarily just because it's like, it's just part of life. Like that's what we all have inside of us, you know? But they do look creepy. For sure. So what part are you stuck on? Are you stuck on the magic or are you stuck on the orphans? Has a lot of backstory. Backstory gets you. Okay, I'm gonna try some paint overs, maybe just kind of rearrange this a little. I'm not super excited about this layout. Let's see. Oh, Night on Bald Mountain from Fantasia. I really love Fantasia. And that's actually my favorite sequence from the whole thing. I like that one, and then right after that one, a close second, is the dinosaur sequence from Fantasia. I remember watching that as a kid and just being like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Oh, the middle of the story? I've never, wait, no, I have seen The Black Cauldron. It was one time, it was a really long time ago. Okay, let's see. What if I did, I'm just gonna use her colors. So what if I had her like draped, like lounging amongst them kind of, you know, like kind of like this. Holding the hand, being all terrible. But like instead of being behind, like what if she was more, like her dress kind of flowed in among them a little? I don't know. Actually, I think that's worse. Because it takes your eye off the page. Never mind. I don't like that. I answered my own question. It's bad. It's a bad idea. You'll figure it out eventually. I always have trouble with the backstory stuff. That's actually part of why I paused, like stopped working on Drift. Well, didn't stop working on it, but just kind of like stopped making the pages. Just because I was getting stuck. There's a few key elements that happen at the very end of the story that I hadn't really figured out yet. And I realized as I was working, like, you know, depending on which way this goes, it impacts like the hints I'm dropping early in the story. So like I don't want to get too far past the prologue. Man, I just really don't like her design at all. Alright, more importantly, let's figure out the lighting situation here before I get all crazed. So I'm trying to like channel some of that. What is happening? Why is this not getting bigger? Holy cow. Why? Why don't you just do what I ask you to do? Is that so hard, Photoshop? Thank you. So I'm thinking like Renaissance painting type lighting. So I like that a lot, actually. The color is great. Nope, that one's bad. you know, like the chiaroscuro kind of style, where it's like certain parts are incredibly bright, but then other parts are very, very dark. And I kind of want it, oh, what is happening? And I kind of want it to like fade a little bit. It's like go into like kind of a half-light style light situation, where it's like super, super bright on top, but then like not so much further down the page. What if one of the skeletons is hinted to be her prince? That's a good idea. Maybe I should somehow do that. I mean, she's pretty terrible. I'm sure he's among them. He's gotta be. Do you guys believe in ghosts? Tell me about your theories. I'm curious to know. Inquiring minds want to know. As I work on this creepy, topically creepy image here. Oh, I do like this purple thing. Whatever this is, I like this. Don't know if I'm super sold on that orange though. You haven't seen a ghost yet. I believe in forces pretending to be ghosts. Yeah, I don't know what I think about it, to be honest. I believe in the supernatural. I mean, I do too, Yo-Yo. So, like, I feel like I can't believe in things I don't understand without at least having to be open to the possibility, but I just don't know if I believe that they are what we think they are. Sometimes I wonder if it has, like, so I do sometimes think that, like, alternative dimension type stuff, like, I kind of feel like maybe time isn't quite as linear as we think it is, or as we understand it to be. Not that I think we can ever fully understand it, probably, within that context, but there's this actual, that's gonna put me on a whole kind of a rant, you guys. There's this, the 10th dimension kind of a theory that basically explains what we understand of each of the dimensions. And it talks about how the dimension, like, so the lowest dimensions, like the first dimension, just being like a point or you know, one thing in existence, can't fully understand two dimensions. Like, it can't fully understand like length and width, you know, like it can only really understand like one of those things, but it can be vaguely aware and just like vaguely describe the other. So like two dimension would be a good way to understand it, because something that is flat doesn't understand depth, right? But it can kind of understand it. So like the way it was explained to me was, so like you have a sphere, which is 3-dimensional, that's part of the 3rd dimension, and then you have the 2-dimensional plane, which can't see the sphere because it can't like look up, it doesn't understand depth and any of that. But like if the sphere were to pass through the 2nd dimension like this, like the 2nd dimension would understand it as appearing in this dimension as like a point that turns into a circle and keeps expanding to a bigger circle until it gets to the widest point of the sphere. And then as the sphere continues to pass through, it shrinks and shrinks and shrinks again until it disappears. So like they can understand that something just happened, and they can understand like the circle that appeared and like something happened and like intersected their dimension, but they can't really understand fully what a sphere is. They can only describe it by like layering like the circles and the points until they have something that might possibly resemble what a sphere actually is, but they can't fully understand it. And so the same thing is true of like the 3rd dimension, which is us, like trying to understand the 4th dimension, which is time. We understand time as like a linear, like first this happens, then this happens, then this happens, and you can't go backwards. You can't go faster than where you are now, but like we understand that time is sequential within the way it intersects our 3rd dimension. Does that make sense? So like, anyway, this dimensional theory basically presupposes that time is not linear, but we understand it to be linear because we don't have the capacity to understand it any deeper than that, but that there's the possibility of it being more than just that, which is obviously vague and doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but like within that theory we really can't understand it fully anyway. Like we're just not, capable of understanding it because we are trapped in this dimension, kind of a thing. All that to be said, I sometimes wonder if what we see as ghosts are actually just us getting glimpses into other, like, pieces of the sphere, you know, like things happening before or after our time to other people or to ourselves, perhaps, and we just don't understand how. And I think there was a movie that came out recently that kind of explained things in that way too, actually. I don't remember what it's called, but anyway, so I don't know. I don't know if ghosts are that, or if they really are spirits. I mean, I do believe in the spirit, like I believe people have a spirit, but I just don't know. I don't know. And so then it makes me wonder, like, why certain places are more likely to have this dimensional overlap, or whatever, however you want to describe it. Is it because of electricity, like electromagnetic things? Is it just like so much stuff happened in that place that it, like, there's a lot of instances of time that are important happening, but I feel like time probably doesn't understand any part of it to be more significant than the other, so why wouldn't there be instances of, like, people taking out their trash, you know, or, like, just people doing whatever. I don't know. It's interesting. So I don't know if I believe in ghosts or not. But there's some dimensional theory for you guys. Bet you didn't know you were going to get that today. It's very interesting, though. You should, there's a website called The 10th Dimension, I think. And it basically talks about how, like, all we really understand is time, and so, like, the 5th dimension outside of time is, like, the choices that happen to make up certain parts of time. And so, like, the 10th dimension is, like, every possible universe with every possible choice made by every possible being that could, like, it's basically all choice driven. But it's, like, it's again just, like, all related around time, and I feel like that's still too narrow a view, because I'm sure there's something outside of time that we don't understand. But anyway, fascinating stuff. All that to say, I watched a lot of creepy ghost videos today. Most of them were probably fake, but I just don't know what I think about them. Because East Coast is incredibly haunted, and people I know back east having some encounters. People like to say ghosts, but I believe it's demons, as I know people who deal with demon possessions on houses and people. Oh, really? So I can't say I've experienced it, but I know people with first-hand accounts. Yeah, I mean, I kind of believe in that stuff too, so I don't know if that's what it is either. I just feel like there's so many options. I do think it's very egotistical, perhaps, of us as humans to say that we fully understand everything about the universe and there are no surprises. So I don't like to say that there's nothing that we can't logically explain. So the 10th dimension is a wormhole? No, the 10th dimension is, like, there's a website, like, I think it's called the 10thdimension.com. It's the guy who came up, like, it explains these theories, and it involves all kinds of all kinds of theories by people like Einstein and famous, you know, physicists throughout the centuries or whatever, but, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a wormhole necessarily, it's just like it's a plane. So basically the idea is that the plane above fully describes the plane below it. So, like, as three-dimensional beings, we fully understand two-dimensional, right? We fully understand length and width, like, we get it. We, like, everything about 3 dimensions is built on and expands upon the 2nd dimension, right? Like, you know, like this has length and width, but it also has depth. So this couldn't exist without the 2nd dimension, but the 2nd dimension can exist without the depth, if that makes sense. So, like this fully encompasses everything, even something as simple as this fully encompasses everything about the 2nd dimension. So, like, if we lived in the 2nd dimension, this would be outside of our understanding, like this little gum pack, right? But to, like, people in the 3rd dimension, it's totally, like, that's not even, like, an important thing. Well, the theory is that the same thing applies to every dimension. Like, so to time, like, we are very simple. And the fact that we, like, time is bigger than what we understand, and it's probably the smallest, most simple piece of the 4th dimension. It's just that we can only barely even comprehend that piece of it. And so it just, like, goes on from there. Whereas time, anyway, it's interesting. Interesting stuff. Makes me wish that I was a scientist so that I understood more of the terminology, but that's the best way I can explain it. But anyway, all that to say, like, sometimes I wonder if that's what people who report, like, ghosts or whatever. But then you have reports of, like, those things interacting with this dimension, which begs the question of, okay, is that a spiritual thing or is that a dimensional thing? Anyway, fascinating. Oh, weird. I wonder why that happened. For some reason, my post about the Sedlec ossuary just went through on Picardo. Anyway, strange. I need to sneeze. Sneeze didn't happen, but it's okay. Ugh, I'm having a hard time. I don't know what I want to do with these things, you guys. I don't even know if I like this border. Like, I don't know if I should extend it to go all the way around, like a traditional storybook, you know? Or if I should just have it go behind, like some kind of a, like an, I don't know, like an awning? I don't know. I'm not sure what I want. All I know is I really don't like the background still. Just feel very stuck. Anyway, so all of that aside, anybody have anything exciting going on this week they would like to share? Man, I don't know what I want to do. You know, I kind of feel like I do want to redesign her. I feel like she should have crazy hair. Not this, like... Well, I don't know. Like woods person hair. Like crazy Witch of the Wilds hair. Ooh, I really like the way that's interacting, though. It's really rather nice, actually. Hang on, I'll be right back. I heard my phone go off, but I've lost it. Oh, wait. That's why. Ouch. Ow. I just killed my knee. Oh. Finally found a brush that can do scales. Oh, nice. Holy cow. Oh man, I feel like, okay. I feel like I should stream this onto Instagram. Because the few people who watch me on Instagram all liked my tweet about this stream. I feel like I leave them out so much. Am I alright? No. I mean, yes, I'll just have a big bruise on my knee tomorrow. But I bruise easy, so. Have you guys ever seen my setup? This is my fancy Instagram stream setup. I just like sit it in front of my monitor and tilt this. This is duct tape, packing tape, and masking tape. So I stick the charger up in here and just like set it on my desk. So fancy. Incredible. Yeah, my charger's not here. Well, poop. Is it smart or is it cheap? Though, I guess being smart and being cheap are not mutually exclusive. So perhaps it is smart and cheap. Maybe it is smart because it's cheap. Who knows? It was more a decision of necessity and desperation rather than like a premeditated arrangement. I was just like, oh, I want an Instagram stream. What do I have? What can I set my phone up on? See, and then I like, oh, there's some duct tape right here. Well, I could squeeze that. It looks about the right size. It's kind of like my life. It's a good metaphor for my life. Kind of like jerry-rigged. Effective, but you know, maybe. Oh, wait, what? Isn't that my motto? I think we decided that was my motto for life. Is awkward but effective. Right, it fits right in there. Okay, let me get this set up then. Instagram and video and live. Move this. And my veggie tray. I need to do some serious house cleaning. It's time for some spring cleaning around here. Got like a sink full of dishes right now that are driving me crazy. Okay. There we go. More or less centered. Well, maybe less. I'll have to do for now. I really want to get one of those like adjustable tripod things, but for now, that option is not on the radar. Okay, this will work. Start. Now where's my pen? Oh, so I'm really excited. Why was I watching scary ghost things? Sometimes I just end up in those creepy parts of YouTube. I started out watching cute puppy videos. I don't know how it turned into that. I think actually I do. I think there was like one of those videos that was like, oh hey, here's a dog seeing a ghost, and like, so I clicked that one, and it just kind of like went down the rabbit hole from there. So, as it goes, they're really clever about that clickbait stuff. I'm so susceptible to it sometimes. So yeah, it just kind of and then it turned into like, instead of just having stuff about ghosts or about, you know, about dogs seeing ghosts, it was just kind of like, here's a bunch of creepy security cam videos that are kind of questionable and we don't really know what's going on in them. It was like one of those top 10 list, top 20, top 5, you know, just one of those that I got pulled into. Like you do when you're dumb, wasting time, Before I know it, like an hour had gone by. I was like, dang it. I had so much other stuff I was gonna do today before streaming. And just wasted it. Because I was just enraptured, like, oh, what's this one gonna be? Typical. The internet is cruel. Oh, but these bee wings reminded me. I got some exciting news. For me, anyway. I think it's exciting. I got... So you guys know, some of you guys know, if you've been around for a while, that I volunteer at a chicken coop, right? So it's like a little chicken coop down the street that I walk to. It's like for the town's history center, Parks and Rec department thing. So anyway, so I volunteer there and I, you know, help out with the chickens and get eggs and stuff. Well, the lady who runs it and like coordinates the volunteers for it sent out an email saying that they were about to start a beekeeping program. That was going to be right next to the chicken coop, and that it was just going to be like, you know, just so you're aware, like if you have an allergy, let us know. But typically the chickens don't have a problem, and the volunteers haven't had a problem in the past, so we're not anticipating a problem. And I have been wanting to I have been like, not super seriously, but kind of like potentially seriously considering getting into beekeeping. Oh, thanks, Amaze. Aw, appreciate your cheers. You're so nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, so I've been considering like possibly in the future getting into beekeeping just as like a cool little hobby slash free honey, which is super expensive, and I love cooking, and just having honey around is great. So yeah, so I was kind of looking into it and I spent like a whole afternoon a few months ago just watching beekeeping videos on YouTube and learning how to do stuff. And yeah, so when I saw that, I just got really excited, and I asked her if I could, like, hey, can I help this person? Do you think it'd be possible for me to shadow them and just learn or help in any way? And she was like, oh yeah, and she like, you know, introduced me to her via email or whatever, and I have her number now. So I'm really excited because that's going to start in the next couple weeks, and I might learn how to be a beekeeper, or I might just get horribly stung and decide that I hate it. So that's an option too, but I'm excited. So that's my exciting news for the day. Aw, you're so nice, Amaze. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate your support. I forgot to buy cheese with the cheese money that John gave me last week, too. Shoot. I haven't been to the store. Need to do that. So now with your extra cheering, I can get the fancy cheese. Fancy cheese. Gotta have your pinkies out when you eat it. Yeah, I just don't know about this, you guys. I do like the colors, but I don't... Oh, the fancy cheese. I do have some goat cheese in my fridge right now. That's not what I want because it's sweet. I really just want like a big block of cheddar cheese. Like Tillamook cheddar cheese is my favorite. You can do so much with it. Creepy bones, creepy bones. Alright, more importantly, what am I going to do about this? Oh, hi Kim. I'm so happy right now. Probably will be doing editing videos for a friend of mine as part-time work. Nice. Is this the same one you were talking about before? Or was that somebody else? I thought that was you. Welcome, welcome. hear a suspicious noise. I thought I heard something coming from my kitchen. Oh, hey, Border. Well, I mean, you might be a suspicious noise. How do I know? How are you doing? No, I thought I heard... So some of the people in this complex have been having mice issues, and I thought I heard some squeaking that sounded like a mouse, and I thought it was coming from my kitchen. And it freaked me out, and so I had to go check. But I think it was... I didn't hear it again very, very clearly, but I think it was coming from outside. So I think I'm okay. I really don't want to be dealing with a mouse. You are suspicious many things. This is true. How are you doing? I did, however, use the opportunity to go warm up some pasta. I just wish I had cheese to put on it. Why do all the delicious things have to be so fattening and expensive? I just want cheese on everything. What I really need to do, though, is get my popcorn maker back over here. That way I stop eating things like pasta at 7 at night. Oh, man. Well, you know, eating dinner on stream, like I do, puzzling at how I'm going to fix this train wreck of an image. It stressed me out. Let's see. Still need to talk to him with what, how, where, and for how much. It's not official, but if it will be, I'll be happy. That'd be good. Hey, well, I mean, if he's even willing to talk a price, that's always a good indicator. Because I don't know about you guys, but whenever people approach me to do work, usually they, for whatever reason, people often expect me to work for free. I'm not sure why. And so usually friends and families, maybe that's why. But like, typically as soon as I start saying words like quote, I just like don't hear back from people ever. Preach it, your stomach both loves and hates me. So this is social eating live stream now. I'm so sorry. I know, I'm bad. There's just 7 o'clock. I always get hungry. It really is because I don't eat before stream. I know I need to be better about that, but I just put it off, and then it's time to stream, and... Okay, I'm working. See? Look at me working. I'm gonna start painting some bones. Actually, I'm not gonna paint some bones. I'm gonna draw over this. Ooh, that looks creepy. Kinda neat, but also creepy. There's that squeaking again. I swear, it sounds just like a mouse. What is happening? Why is it like this? Because they are cheap sobs, they think they are doing you a favor. That really is what it is. They think that, like, oh, but you'll get so much exposure. Like, I swear, I hear exposure. Dinner time art with Casey. You know, I should just do cooking streams. I'm gonna be eating on stream all the time anyway. But then, you know, people wouldn't hang out with me. Really wish I had some meat in this. This is literally just pasta and salt. Like, I'd be the worst cooking streamer ever. You've seen it? Yeah. There's actually this, Twitter blog. I'm not sure how you say it, but, like, there's this Twitter poster that I follow who specifically, like, retweets instances of this happening that are just, like, laughably bad. It's kind of cathartic to read through sometimes. You know, part of the problem is, though, that some artists, especially amateurs, will work for free. And so it just kind of sets up this, like, well, so-and-so did it. I'm like, all right, well, go have fun working with them. Like, please don't bother me with that. I don't know. It happens a lot to me when people approach me about illustrating a children's book. And it's typically older people for some reason. I never have this happen with younger people. It tends to be baby boomers. And they ask me, like, oh, I've always wanted to write a children's book. I'd love to work with you on this. I'm like, great. You know, send me an email. And so then I'll hear about what they want to do and what they need and the amount of work. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, answer these few questions and then I'll send you a quote. And they're like, quote? Like, or I'll ask them. I've learned what some of the red flags are. I was actually thinking about making a YouTube video about this because I've learned so much about how to tell if somebody doesn't plan on paying you fairly or paying you at all. Like, one of the red signs, or one of the red flags that I've learned to pick up on is when I ask them what their budget is. Like, if I ask them what their budget is for a project and they say there isn't one, red flag. That means they haven't thought about it or done any research and they have no idea what they're asking you to do is worth. Or what they're, like, what anything, they just assume it's not going to be very much, so they haven't bothered to make a budget. A crisp high five, right? Yeah, and so, like, I'm like, okay, great. Well, like, when I first heard that, I was like, oh, wow, so they're just really wealthy, and they don't have a budget, so I can just be totally honest with them about what my prices are. So I'll tell them, like, people will be like, hey, I want you to illustrate this book. So I quote them. I mean, I charge a competitive rate. It's not like I'm overcharging. I'm actually kind of undercharging a little bit. So I'll give them a quote and they're just like, oh, I can't afford that. I was kind of thinking more like, you know, $50. And it's like, $50? Like a nice dinner? You expect me to do months of work for a nice dinner? Like, I'm sorry, I can't. This is my living. Like, and usually I end up educating people more than actually getting work. But anyway, so that's just a little rant. Maybe I'll make a video about it sometime so I can have something on my YouTube other than just stream videos. I hear you, but remember you're amazing. Oh, thanks. So your time is worth something. Yeah, well, it's like my time, but also, I mean, it's taken me 30 years to be able to do what I do. So you're paying for my expertise as well as my time. Like, if I was just an hourly worker, if that's all I wanted to do, I could just go work hourly somewhere else, you know? But yeah, anyway, so that's my little rant. So, if anybody ever tells you that you get great exposure, like, unless they honestly have, like, billions of followers on social media and would be plastering your name everywhere, it's really not worth it for that. No, it's one thing if you want to do something pro bono. You know, like, if you want to do something for somebody that you really believe in or something, like, go for it, but asking somebody to work for exposure is terrible. Pitfall of thinking you're not good enough to be paid for stuff you're not professional, so you don't. Right, exactly. Yeah. People just, if people are asking you to do work and paying you for it, then you are a professional, in my opinion. Thanks, Border, but no thanks. That's not quite what I want. Offers $100. Oh boy, 2 nice dinners for a whole book. Like, typically I started off by explaining to people, like, hey, just so you know, like, industry standard for just your average children's book, like 30-page children's book, is like $8,000. Like, for the artist. Like, that's your average, and that's not even including royalties. That's just, like,
a fee for the amount of work that goes into that. Like, it's months of work. Like, I can't take on other projects while I'm doing this. People just, I don't know, people just don't get that. Which, I mean, I wouldn't either if I hadn't researched it, but it's just always a bad sign when they say there is no budget, because that just means they don't know anything about it. If someone says that to you, run away really fast. Oh yeah. Don't worry. Oh wait, I feel like I missed something. It's like fixing a PC for a friend, the word will spread and everyone will expect you to fix things for free, right? And if you don't, they'll ask why you did it for free for someone else. Exactly. And so like I have to be really careful too. Like if I do offer a discount to somebody, which doesn't happen very often, I have to be really careful that they like they say, great, like I'll tell people about this. I'm like, hey, cool, just, you know, don't tell them that that's the price they're gonna get because you had a special situation or something, like we worked out something ahead of time. I try not to do that. And then especially don't ever do stuff for free. But like to me that's like weird. Like you wouldn't ask somebody who was like a carpenter to build you a bookshelf for free. Like you wouldn't. I really think, honestly, I think it's worse with friends and family. It's worse with people with whom you already have a personal relationship because they expect favors. Which, it's not like I don't want to give them favors, but I also need to pay my bills. Like, you know, it's just like a weird, it's just a weird line to balance. Updates budget for his book. Just do a little, you know, do a little research first before you, I mean, if you can find somebody who's willing to do your book for $100, great. But don't be surprised about the quality you get. And like, I mean, it's a lot of work. Something's got to pay for this pasta. Actually, this pasta was given to me. So it's not even... I live on free food because I'm so broke. That was me with the VA work. Since I don't have formal training, but after too many projects for the VA4 as practice experience ended up not even finished or being cancelled, I had enough. Oh, wow. Wait. With video, wait, with voice, wait, what is VA work? Back up. I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds awful. Tell me about it. As I finish eating this way too salty pasta. I love salt. I'm probably gonna have a heart attack. Why is salt so good? Salt and sugar. Oh, voice acting. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I always figured that would be the tough thing about voice acting, especially with, like, the little projects for things like YouTube. Like, I know some people who do gigs and have gotten paid for them, but I feel like so much of it is volunteer to get experience and to get exposure, but I don't know. Yeah, because there's no... I think that's also part of it. Like, if nobody's paying you, then they're not invested either in seeing it done. So ultimately, you just end up wasting your time when you could have been working on paid gigs. Instead, you're dealing with this person who might not have the passion that you do to see you succeed. I think giving two of my friends 2 large pizzas for upgrading my PC was a good deal. What do you think? It's one thing if somebody offers. Like, if I offered to do something like, hey, I'll draw you this picture if, you know, just, you know, like, pay for dinner for me one night or something. Like, that's one thing. I would never do that for a book, but, like, you know, hey, if it's, like, a really good friend and they wanted me to do something, just, like, a little something, I might do that. But, like, if the person you want things from doesn't offer it, it's kind of rude. Like, I've got a friend who's a really good mechanic, and he would work on people's cars sometimes for free, but he always offered. Like, he hated it when people just assumed he was going to do stuff for them. Like, hey, will you come look at my car? Okay. Like, I'm kind of busy. I don't know. I think it's just a matter of being polite and not assuming. Especially if it's what somebody does for their livelihood. Okay, done eating dinner now. Thank you guys for being patient and for listening to my rant. Wait, updating and downloading Amaze. Oh, so you found the brushes you needed? Great. I mainly volunteered because I was curious and wanted experience, but now I won't volunteer at all, and if someone seeks me out, I say no, even if I have time, just because of the whole, well, this will never see the light of day thing that happened too much. Yeah, I can see that being a problem. I don't know, I think, don't you do voice acting? Have you got insight into that, I think? Maybe you've been a part of some of those things, right? But you've actually been able to do stuff, I think. And Ryu actually does voice acting too, though I don't know that she's worked on any projects lately. Oh, excuse me. So that pasta comes with like pre-seasoned like pepper and stuff. It's really strong. Okay, I'm gonna draw over this thing. Boop, new layer. Of course, I don't know if Border is still paying attention, but oh, you haven't? For some reason, I thought you were doing voiceover stuff too. Oh no, I'm thinking of Mike. I haven't seen him in a while. He hasn't been on. He sometimes gets on YouTube. Okay, I see. Yeah, I thought it was you for some reason. Sorry about that. Did not mean to misdiagnose you. Where's my dang pencil, like brush tool? This will have to do. Last time someone asked me to download printer software on the laptop, they said it's very fast and will take no time, and I responded with, look, if it's so fast and easy, why don't you do it instead? I mean, true. Fair point. Like, why do you need me to do that? To take some of my time. So is that what you do, Cam? Do you work on, are you like a professional computer doctor or something? I'm just gonna call you a producer doctor. I think I just said producer doctor, but I meant to say computer doctor. Oh, somebody needs more naps. Or less naps. I'm gonna stick with more naps. I like naps. Beautiful. Graceful like a swan, for sure. Actually, so another funny story. So speaking of more, like, there's more chickens coming into my life soon, you guys. Just watch out. I'm gonna be drowning in eggs. Anyone need eggs? I'm gonna have so many eggs. So my neighbors up the street that I've met when I first moved here that are super awesome, they have chickens, and they're actually gonna be out of town for like 2 months. And so I'm gonna be watching their chickens as well as helping out with the golden chickens. So many chickens are gonna be around me all the time. I'm gonna pick up a chicken. It's gonna happen. But yeah, I just think that's funny. Anyway, the reason I bring that up is because they have 2 really little kids, and I think the kids were telling me what the chickens' names were, and one of them, so like, that one's Grapefruit, and that one's Alexandra, and that one's, and this, one of them was like Pampamoose or something, or like Pompadoodle, or some just like dumb name. So maybe that's why. Oh, good night, Yo-Yo. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Always good to see you. Good luck with your writing. I hope that you figure out what you need to figure out. Feel free to share if you like. I don't know if you've seen the link, but I don't know if it shows this. It doesn't show this in the Picardo chat, I don't think. Let me copy, if you want it, I can copy you the Discord link. There's a story share section, so if you needed some input or wanted to give input on some of that, feel free. Let me copy this into, oh, I can't copy it. What? Why can't I copy it? Well, apparently I can't do anything useful. But yeah, if you wanted to, you could join Discord and share your things with us and hang out when when I'm not streaming, if you wanted. Let's see, NEH32VP. Copy. There you go. That's the best I can do with the link for you. If you want to join. No pressure if you would rather not. I don't even know if you're still on, but... since I live in the middle of nowhere... do I have any... Oh, I actually don't live in the middle of nowhere. Is that what you really think, or are you being sarcastic? There's like a Taco Bell 2 blocks up the street from me. I can't eat there though because I'm gluten-free. So I can't, I pretty much just, I don't ever eat out. Which is fine because it's way cheaper. You should. I thought you joined us over there on Discord, didn't you, Green? Yeah, I see you. It shows that you're part of the Discord chat. Well, either way, feel free. Oh, there's that squeaking. I'm telling you guys, I feel like there might be a mouse in my wall. It's really scary. Yeah, I live like right outside of Denver, so I'm definitely not in the middle of nowhere. I do live in the foothills. Like, there are mountains around me, so I'm not like in Denver, but I can be in downtown Denver in like 15 minutes, so it's not, yeah, like I'm definitely like in a metropolitan area. It's just that the part of it that I live in is it feels more secluded, so I like to pretend that I live in a mountain town because when I wake up, there's mountains everywhere, and it's like a very small little area with not that many houses exactly where I live. Hang on. Telling you guys, there's something in my apartment. It's freaking me out. Don't like it. Anyway, yes, I don't live in the middle of nowhere. I don't think I could handle that. Unless it was just like a super awesome place that I never wanted to leave. So like further into the mountains, then I'd be okay. But no, I specifically chose where I'm at because I feel like I'm in the like in a little tiny mountain town, kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but I'm still close enough to be able to do stuff in Denver, so like going to Denver Comic-Con and like, you know, being a part of the art scene, being able to network, get a job if I really need one, like there's jobs. So yeah, part of why I chose this location. Unless I end up settling down and having a second source of income, I needed to keep my options open as far as that. Because I figured in all likelihood I wouldn't be able to just do art. Yeah, you should stop lurking, Green. Get in there. Since I haven't done any research about this, what happens if someone who's gluten-free eats gluten? So it actually depends on why you're gluten-free. So what Senna's talking about, stomach issues, I think that's usually people with celiac disease. So with celiacs, it's an allergy to wheat gluten that creates GI tract problems, which is just really uncomfortable and horrible. I know some people who have that, and it's no fun. It's just kind of just like it puts you in a terrible position. But there's lots of things that gluten can do to the human body that aren't necessarily a GI response. So like, I don't have any GI response. I could eat gluten all day and be fine. The problem is, when I have gluten in my system, my body has an autoimmune response to it and basically starts attacking my thyroid and shuts down my endocrine system. And so like, all functions cease. And it's just really bad. And my doctor said, like, and the worst part is I don't even know it's happening. Like, I have no indicator. If I even come into contact with any gluten, I have no idea. I have to have a blood test to be able to determine if I've got any in my system, because of the stuff it releases into my bloodstream. Well, there's some people who have an allergy that affects them, like celiacs. I've actually got a friend who is a scientist, and he's developing an enzyme that helps the body digest gluten to the point that it actually has no effect. Like, it's almost like taking lactase if you're lactose intolerant and just being fine. Because he's really severe, but he's a chemist, and so he's been developing and patenting this product that he's been taking now for a while and having no side effects, and he's getting it studied and stuff. So like, it depends on what kind of allergy you have. But like I said, for me, so if you really want to know like why it happens that way for me, it's because it's not necessarily an allergy. It's my body being stupid is what it is. It's like my, so basically my immune system doesn't know the difference between a gluten molecule and a thyroid like a gluten cell and a thyroid cell. Like the parts of me that make up my thyroid, like my thyroid glands and like all of that stuff, they just look really similar to, or like chemically similar somehow to my immune system. And so it gets confused. And so if gluten enters my body goes on alert and my immune system's like, intruder. And so it starts attacking the gluten. But in the process of being in my bloodstream attacking all of the gluten, it finds my thyroid and it's like, more gluten. There's a whole bunch of gluten here. And it's just like, kill the gluten. And so like basically my thyroid is like inflamed constantly and on like overdrive trying to defend itself from myself and also do all the things it's supposed to do as far as regulating my hormones and my hair and my skin and my metabolism and just like everything necessary for being a woman and a person in general. So, because your endocrine system actually controls a whole lot, and the thyroid is like the brain of the endocrine system. So basically, that's what happens to me. I don't have, so no enzyme is going to help because it's not a digestive issue with me. It's an autoimmune response. It's a problem. Like, they don't have a name for it, but it's definitely what's happening. Because when I first got not diagnosed, when we first figured out what was happening was because my doctor was like, well, you either have Hashimoto's and you need to get on medication, or you have a gluten allergy that's causing your body to attack your thyroid. Because she said she had seen that before. And she was like, so what we can do is just go off gluten completely, like read all of your labels, do some research, figure out what ingredients you can't have, and just stay away from gluten for however long, come back in, take another blood test, and we'll see if the antibodies have decreased. Anyway, this is probably like way more information than you wanted, but long story short, I had really good results after going off of it for just a month. Like, all of my levels were almost where they needed to be. And she was like, okay, well, the only thing that can change those levels is if you either get on medication or you fix the problem by getting off gluten. And since I didn't go on medication, she was like, well, like, that's how you fix it. You just can't have gluten. And I didn't want to be on medication for the rest of my life, because I just don't like that. So I was like, well, I guess I'll try going gluten-free for a while and see if I can do it. And it's annoying, but it's really actually not that bad. Like, I was already kind of almost gluten-free in a way. Basically, she said if I have any gluten, it can affect me for up to 3 months and just, like, shut down all systems, and I won't ever know, like, what it was I ate that had it in there. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the long answer to my... I don't have celiacs, but sometimes when I go to restaurants, I just say I have celiacs because more people are familiar with celiac disease as far as it being a medical reason to not have gluten, as opposed to me just being like, I have a medical issue with gluten and I can't have it. And I don't know, it's just, sometimes it's easier for people to just pretend, because they just understand celiacs better. Because what I have is, like I said, it doesn't have a name, it's just like a autoimmune problem, basically. So my immune system's done, is the short version of all my health issues. So there you go, guys. Welcome to why I have health issues. I'm sure that was very exciting. But yeah, to answer your question, it just depends on what the person has. There's lots of studies out there that point to gluten as a possible cause for a lot of issues, like various health issues. There's actually a really interesting book, if you're curious about it, called Wheat Belly, that talks about this doctor who just had all these random patients that they weren't responding to treatments, and he couldn't figure out what was wrong with them, and was just like, well, just try going with gluten and see if it helps. And he said it was just like, it was kind of crazy because it helped with like getting rid of symptoms from so many varieties of diseases in these people. Not all of them, obviously, but he like said a high enough percentage for him to be like, maybe there's like something really wrong with our food. Like, there's something we've done to wheat, because this hasn't always happened throughout human history, but all of a sudden people are having really terrible responses to gluten. Like, why is this happening? And so it's just this really interesting book about possibilities of like here's what we've done to wheat over the last few centuries, and here's why maybe our bodies don't know how to cope with it, and why you're seeing this like huge array of responses, because our bodies are trying to figure out what to do with this foreign material, yada yada. Anyway, that's what my body chose to do. My body chose to attack me. Which is stupid, because I love bread, but I can't have it. Gluten-free bread is terrible. Anyway, so yeah, there's the answer to your question. I hope that was satisfactory. So for example, if I want to eat something that I know has gluten, what's my game plan? I don't eat it. Like, there is no game plan. I just don't eat it. Because honestly, even if I did get on thyroid medication, it wouldn't change anything about the way my body reacts to gluten. I would still need to avoid gluten. So from my perspective, it makes more sense to just not pay money for thyroid medication and have to be on a pill the rest of my life and just don't eat it. So yeah, if something has gluten, I just don't eat it. Like, it makes eating out really tough because of cross-contamination. You know, so many places, they cook things on the same skillet or the same, you know, I can't have anything deep fried because often, while the potato might not have gluten, you know, the breaded chicken that they just deep fried in the deep fryer, like, all of that bread is in the oil now, and so I can't have anything that's been in the deep fryer. Does that make sense? Like, I do a lot of cooking from home and it doesn't have gluten. There is no gluten. And I've just had to be really familiar with like what ingredients tend to have gluten in them so that when I go shopping, I can just read labels. And so even if something isn't labeled gluten-free, I can just tell by reading the label if it is or not. And then as long as it doesn't say on the packaging, because companies are required to list if there's been possible cross-contamination. So like if companies don't wash down their conveyor belts really well before they switch products that they manufacture, then they have to list any allergens that were in the previous food. So like if there was a chance of like, say, I don't know, frosted mini wheats or something being produced on a conveyor belt, and then they didn't wash it very well, or they just don't have that policy of checking to make sure it's super clean, and then they started making a gluten-free or like a, you know, an oat-based something, they have to put on the label, may contain wheat, like may contain peanuts and wheat, or like produced in a facility that also processes, like insert whatever. So as long as it doesn't say that on there, because of American FDA regulations, they have to put that on there. So if it doesn't say that on there and none of the ingredients have gluten in them that I'm aware, that, I mean, I research anything I'm not familiar with in an ingredient label. So that's how I shop. But yeah, no, anyway, I cook from home and there's no gluten. I don't have the option of eating gluten. There's no way that can happen and not affect me, so. Well, no, hang on. I've tried fried chicken. I love fried chicken. That's part of why this is so distressing. This is an issue I've had my whole life, but I didn't know about it until like 5 years ago, I think. 4 years ago? I think it was 4 years ago. So it actually, like, as soon as I went off the gluten, I was like, oh, hey, I'm actually, like, able to keep weight off, and I'm not breaking out constantly, and all these other issues that you guys don't want to hear about are fixed, and, like, just all this stuff I've had my whole life that I was like, oh, that's just the way I am. It was like, oh, no, it was because your endocrine system wasn't functioning, and your hormones were imbalanced because of all this stuff that was in your body that your body was fighting and killing you over. So it's just like, so no, I have had, and that's part of why it's depressing, because I love fried chicken. Are you kidding me? I love like garlic bread, and Italian food was my favorite. I love pizza. It's so sad, but it makes it easier knowing what it does to me. It's like I can look at those things and be like, that is poison. Like, I can't have that, and I'm okay with that. Even though I miss the flavor, like, it's not worth it for death. So anyway. No, I've definitely had fried chicken, and it's delicious. And I'm actually trying to figure out a way to make fried chicken with gluten-free flour. I've heard there's ways you can do it. So I'm trying to make up my own mixes so that I can still have fried chicken, because I love fried chicken. I'm from the South, okay? Fried chicken is the thing. But you guys are still sad. Okay. Well, anyway. Yeah. I do miss it. I mean, I think probably what I miss the most is pizza, honestly. I love pizza, and I love the convenience of pizza. I like just being able to pick up a $5 pizza at the store and be, like, totally fine eating all of it. And I can't do that anymore. Just not a possibility. Pigs in a blanket. I love pigs in a blanket. Can't have that anymore. We have a family bread recipe that is, like, my favorite bread ever, and I will never be able to have it again. Like, that's really sad to me. It's like, we call it grandma's bread. Like, anytime we went to our grandma's house, she had grandma's bread cooking, and we all, like, helped make it, and it's just, like, this family thing, and I can't do that. So, like, that's really sad. I definitely miss it. I just, again, It helps keeping in mind, like, it's poison to me. Like, that literally eating that is poisoning me and killing me slowly. Ouch. I don't know if I said this before, but I found it weird that my friend turned from meat eater into vegetarian just because of health issues that meat can create. I mean, there's something to be said for educating yourself and deciding whether or not you want to deal with the repercussions of stuff. I definitely could. I mean, I guess I could be a vegetarian if I wanted to be. I'm mostly a vegetarian, not by choice, but just because of my pocketbook. Like, meat's expensive, so I don't buy it very often. So I probably could be a vegetarian. I like meat. I like putting meat in stuff. I think it adds a lot of flavor. Like bacon. Honestly, if bacon wasn't so delicious, I could probably be a vegetarian. I'm really not as into steak as a lot of people are. It wasn't until very recently that Matt and I started learning how to really cook steak well. And I'm like, okay, steak could actually be pretty good. But before that, recently, I've never really had a steak that I was just like, oh, this is so good. Like, I know some people just love steak. But bacon is delicious. And also eggs. I couldn't be, I guess with vegetarians, they eat eggs though, don't they? They just don't eat anything you have, like red meat. Now, I definitely could do the no red meat thing. Except for bacon. I would cheat with bacon. But, like, I like chicken and fish. And that's most of the meat that I eat anyway. That's what my dietitian friend is. She's not a vegetarian, but she just doesn't eat red meat. Yeah, sure. Sweet and sour chicken, chicken fried rice, delicious. Yes. I can have fried rice, though. I actually do a lot of fried rice. Yeah, let's play with this. Let's see. I don't know if this is how I want her eyes to be. Let's do like a creepy... You mean like a creepy smile? Like, are you wanting me to do some kind of crazy, like, brrr, creepy thing like this? Is that what you're wanting? That is pretty creepy. Not gonna lie. It's like a weird Gyarados. Oh, hey, Peachy. Check my layers? Oh, thanks. It does look creepy, yes, I agree. Yeah, my layers are all crazy right now. I don't know where anything is. That's part of my problem. It's like this has got creepy drawing plus lines on it. This has... Oh, that looks kind of neat. That has everything else, clearly. This is my wings overlay. I actually kind of like that. I like the way that came out. I might have to use this technique in a different picture. It's pretty creepy. Oops. There we go. Dim lips, right? Cheshire cat smile. Yes, indeed. She's a creepy lady. I don't know how I want to do this. I definitely want her to be creepy, but she's also supposed to be, like, attractive according to the story, so I can't make her too grotesque. She has to look pretty human. pretty much giving anything a Cheshire Cat smile is the way to go, in my opinion. I always like the way that looks. Okay, well, this is coming along very slowly. Okay, hang on. I need a bathroom break. Going to make a BRB layer. BRB. Nope, let's do burb. Why can't I write burb? Okay, I'll be right back. Enjoy the creepy skeleton lounging lady. Appreciate your patience. Okay, I think I want to work on the skeletons for a while. I'm getting tired of looking at her. Work on these guys. go for it. Stop being afraid of bones. Also need to get in the habit of naming my layers. Really bad about that. What is this one? No. Time to paint some skeletons. Blah. Yeah, you're right. It does save a lot of time. I'm just, yeah, it's just a bad habit of I'm just not used to working in layers is part of why I don't name them. I feel like I used to have a better habit of naming layers, and then I just kind of stopped. Not sure why this is so... Oh, you can color code them? That's cool. I didn't know that. I need to play with Krita. You keep talking about it, Amaze, and it makes me want to try it out. I actually told a friend of mine to try it out because they're getting into digital art. And I was like, well, I've heard Krita is good. Don't know much about it, but I've heard good things. Back for reals? Are you sure about that last? It's okay. Feel free to come and go as you please. Understand. People got things to do. Can't sit around and wait for me to make up my mind on how to paint a skeleton. Why shouldn't you play card games on a full tummy? What happened? Lots of potty breaks. I always get sleepy if I do anything on a full tummy. Yeah, I should give it a shot. Okay, stop doing that, Casey. One day. Most recent versions got a bajillion brushes loaded by default, and they're even organized into categories. Nice. Nice. Are the brushes pretty good? Like, are there any really paintery ones, or are they mostly like vector-looking lines? Oh, hey, Clue. Here, I'll zoom out so you can see the whole thing. This is what I got so far. Not super positive about most of it, but I do know I want the skeletons to be here. So since that's the only part of the picture I'm sure about right now, I'm just gonna work on that for now. So, but yes, this is Sleeping Beauty. In case you're curious, and good to see you, Clue. Good luck with your studying. Try not to be too distracting. Thanks for hanging out. I'll turn out my classical music to help you focus. It is very spooky. Also, how are you doing, Brian? You snuck right in here. Didn't have a chance to say hi earlier. Good, it's supposed to be spooky. I want it to be spooky. She's been very not nice. Also, this is a good practice, because I actually haven't spent a lot of time drawing skulls and skeletons and stuff. So this is actually a pretty good exercise in just, you know, working on some of my still life abilities a little bit. Oh, an exam tomorrow. Ooh, good luck. Please study hard. One on Monday too. Oh, you had one on Monday? Man, I'm sorry. Man, everybody's been studying. Doing well. I took my final yesterday, so I've got a bit of a break. Nice. How do you think you did? Are you as stressed about it as Clue seems to be? Poor Clue. But then again, I'm an expert on bad decisions. Oh, you mean eating while playing games? Clearly, I'm not very good at those decisions either. Oh, looks like Instagram's timing out. So, if you guys want to catch me, I'll be streaming again on Friday and Saturday at the same time. Have a good week. That's like the only time I've managed to say goodbye on an Instagram video. Every other time it's like totally caught me off guard. I've just looked over and it's been like, and we're done. Like, oh, well, okay. New schedule at work, so I have to wake up at 5. I feel ya. I've been waking up at 5 lately too. Not the best. Marketing final? Oh yeah, your favorite class, right? You just love marketing. Marketing is like, you respect those people and their decisions. No, I know, I'm messing. Well, hey, at least it was a final and now you're like done. Don't have to stress over it anymore. It's out of your life. Creepy apartment. I should not watch creepy videos before doing things. This has all been a mistake. Never again. As an accounting major, I was not a big fan of my marketing classes. Don't blame you. Sounds like they are not the most scrupulous of classes. It's just all about selling that product. I feel like there should be a way to do that scrupulously, you know? Like, it shouldn't have to be an unscrupulous thing, but I guess it just tends that way, I suppose. Like, there's ultimately little other choice. So I'm kind of making this up. I should probably find a skull that's actually from this angle. I'm definitely working from a skull that's not showing me the parts that I need to paint and facing the other way, but it's like giving me an idea, you know, of like kind of what needs to be there, I guess. It also doesn't have a lower jaw though, I just now realized, so I probably should find one that has a lower jaw. I feel like this is like what the jar will look like where it will need to be and like what's gonna be going on, but I should probably look up a picture too, just in case. Going for my MBA, the accounting classes have been especially easy peasy. That's good. Sorry, that took me a second. See, the tricky and annoying part of this is going to be like drawing in the other bones around and behind. Think the teeth in the lower jaw would be higher up than that? You mean like up here? Oh, you think it needs more chin? Maybe I'll just give it more chin. I don't know. Probably need to go look at a reference picture. Oh yeah, it definitely needs more chin. Good call. I want it to look like he's screaming. It's an awfully dark and frightening thing to say suddenly, I know. Sorry about that. Hopefully that's better. I also should probably be counting these teeth because I have no idea how many were where. Okay, it's probably way too much detail already, so. I don't know if he's supposed to be screaming. I kind of want the ball just kind of like laying there dead, and I figured gravity would be pulling his jaw down to like rest a little bit. I don't know. This is why I should have just looked up an actual reference of what I wanted and not just made it up. But I can't help it. I always have to do things the most difficult way. Seems to be a trend of my life. Here's this thing you could be doing. Relatively simple. No, let's do it the hardest way possible. That sounds like the best course of action. Oh, his cheekbone is like way off. There we go. That looks more human. Now he has cheekbone. Well, for now this will do. I have much more to do than just this one skull, so I'm just gonna kind of do a rough paint through of most of these and then go back and fix as needed, I guess. Looks neat though. I don't paint a lot of skulls, like I said. Alright, I gotta go find a picture of a clavicle. What kind of a creature is the fairy thing? So this is the story of Sleeping Beauty. So that fairy is actually supposed to be Maleficent. And so the story with this one is that Maleficent and Sleeping Beauty were in cahoots. So it was like really Sleeping Beauty wanted this to happen. Like she wanted everybody to be put to sleep and die, and like they were trying to take over is the story. So the plan was that Maleficent would like come and wake her up when everyone was dead so that they could rule. Yeah. Anyway, not exactly the nicest fairy tale princess, as it were. So I mean, yeah, she's just a fairy, like a dark fairy, instead of a person. I didn't really want to go with the Disney person-looking version thing. Ouch. Oh. I think I like pulled a tendon in my neck, and it's so weird. I haven't read that version. I thought it was an allusion to the seasons. Oh, no. So it's, well, so this version I'm illustrating for is actually a short story written by an author named China Despain. So yeah, it wouldn't have been a version that you've read. Like the whole theme of the book that I'm working on with her is that it's kind of rewriting all of the classic fairy tales to make it sound more like the you know, the heroine was more in charge of what happened to her, and like kind of like had like in many cases like orchestrated whatever was going on in the story, as opposed to things just like happening to them, I guess. So yeah. Yeah, no worries. But yeah, so that's what I'm illustrating for, is for this book that's coming out. Right, yeah, that's okay. No worries. Speaking of animated things, I saw a neat movie last night. Oh yeah, what'd you see? Coco? Ready Player One? What else is popular right now? I don't know what else is out. It's a new Sony movie I saw on Twitter this morning. I don't remember what it's called though. Okay, need to go find that skeleton ref now. Oh, Isle of Dogs. Is that out already? Oh, Legend of the Guardians. I have that movie, actually. I like it. It didn't do very well in the box office, But I really like it. I thought the animation, I liked it for the animation. The animation is beautiful. It is like the best like owl reference movie ever. So that's why I bought it, was because it was just like gorgeous animation. Story's okay. The books were more fun. And they did like a weird, I don't know. It wasn't totally true to the books, and so it kind of came off kind of bland, I felt like, in the movie. Whereas the books I thought were a little more unique and... wow, that skeleton's horribly disproportionate. Yeah, but I mean, it was a really pretty movie. I like it a lot. Yeah, I mean, I can see why the movie didn't do super well, though. Because I think they... holy cow. Yeah, I think... because it was the same studio that did Happy Feet, I believe. Antique mail. Oh, this is creepy. I ended up on this website that sells actual human skeletons. Yes, the animation is beautiful. That, like I said, that was why I ultimately bought it. Wow, the resolution is so bad on these pictures, though. I cannot actually see anything. Okay, what about this one? Nope. This one? Nope. Right? I didn't know you could sell human skeletons, frankly. Like, I find that kind of surprising, slightly shocking. Oh, thanks, Doodlebot. Yeah, but these are like real ones though, green. Not plastic, but like actual, the remains of actual people. Apparently, is this website I'm now on, looking for reference pictures. It's called the Bone Room. BoneRoom.com. You can buy all kinds of bones, not just... I mean, I don't know. It just... they're like $5,000, so I guess if you have a rich person who's gonna buy one... but I mean, I can order it right now. I can add it to my cart, and I'm not at university. So, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's also like fossils, animal bones, insects. Yeah, it's not just people. It's like all kinds of stuff. I'm sure they mostly sell to museums and stuff, but Bone Room offers natural products to educators, artists, collectors, and gift buyers. So yeah, it's open to anybody. Bone Room has, I mean, I'm sure whoever these people were, they signed off that they were okay with that. It's just kind of weird, I guess. About 30 years. At first, it was a small room with a reptile emporium. Then it's a tiny shop. Oakland. Oh, it's in Oakland. It's in Berkeley. Okay. Natural history store. It was like a natural history museum, but the exhibits are for sale. Weird. Right? Gift buyers like, hey, I got you this dead person. I'm not buying a... Are you kidding me? $5,000? Like, that's all... No. I would be on the streets. I'd be in debt trying to buy something. I'm not about to go into credit card debt to buy a skeleton. Thank you. No, thank you. It makes a great wedding present. What wedding am I going to where they're going to want that? You give it an 8 out of 10? Wait, what do you give an 8 out of 10? Oh, the movie. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I like it. Like I said, I own it. I think it's great. Here's a picture if you guys want to see it. The Bone Room. There it is. You can buy all these bones. It's in Berkeley. Oh, internet. Holy cow, it's already 7:40. Oh man, once again, I mean, I guess I got a very nicely painted skull. I was trying to find, I needed a good reference for a clavicle, and all of these ones I'm finding just don't, they're not the right angle. They're all like straight on. I need one that's kind of like a downward angle. I think there's like a 3D skeleton I can, 3D skeleton. Where I can just like move it around, you know? Ooh, movable 3D skeleton, perfect. Where is it? Do I have to download this? Do I have to pay for it? Yeah, I think I have to pay for it. Start kind man. I agree, that's fine. Human skeleton model. Well, this is taking some time. Here's what I'm looking at now. But this will be great because I can move it and draw from it. Allows you to move. Oh, here we go. It's ready. Perfect. Oh, this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. Now, how do I zoom in? How do I zoom in? Huh, weird. Oh, here we go. Zooming in. Whoa! Don't be upside down now. Oh, this is so weird, you guys. Very handy, though, actually. Because I can get it in exactly the position I want, too. Almost. There we go. And then I can zoom in super close. Hey, this is kind of neat. I'm kind of glad I found this. Psh. Super zooms in. Scoot it over a little. Well, would you look at that? Look at this. Perfect reference of almost exactly the angle. I'm not quite done. But like, yeah, like that's about what I want right there. Might need to be a little more tilted. There we go. This is super cool, you guys. I recommend this. And I can zoom in on it. Pretty neat. It's pretty neat, you guys. Pretty excited about it. Ew, look at that. I can do like any angle I want. This is super cool. Okay. I'm totally bookmarking this for later. I just wish, I can't quite get him to do exactly what I'm wanting. I don't know why I'm having trouble with this. I want him to tilt this way. I'm trying to like lay him at the position he's in my drawing here. It's not letting me manipulate him like I want. I feel like he's missing a third axis here. Still pretty cool. Reminds me of a skeleton of an old educational CD from my childhood. Nice. Yeah, I've never seen anything like this before, but I need to bookmark this before I forget. This is pretty cool. It's called kindman.com. I don't know. It's neat. It's got kind of weird controls, but supposedly you can like move it like this, so where you can actually see things from different angles. I just haven't, I guess, figured out how to do that. But that'll be helpful too. Highly recommend. If you are needing some skeleton reference, this is what I recommend. Let's see, bookmark, art, tutorials. This be a tutorial section? I may not find it if I do this. Prompts, communities, I'll just put it right here. In the reference section. Oh well, I accomplished a skeleton skull. I guess that's something. Whoa, scary. Oh man. Blah. It is almost sleepy time. Whoops. A little tape tower that I used for Instagram just fell apart. I like this little picture though. Might take a snapshot of that. Oh. Don't you hate it when you've got your selfie thing on? That was not what I expected. Okay. Creepy. I'll do that later. I don't feel like doing that right now. Well, I don't know. I think with the overlay and stuff, it could be kind of neat. Hopefully all of the rest of them will look put together. I just, yeah, didn't really get a chance to finish this part, but it's okay. Man, people have such weird bones. What? Oh my goodness, Heath. What are you doing? Thank you for the host. That was unexpected. I don't think I've ever seen you around this part of Twitch before. Surprised you're not playing a game. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to all of you who are stuck watching me now. Ha 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 ha. Thanks, Heath. That's okay. You can yell about it all you want. Oh, did you? Nice. How did it go? Thanks for hosting. I'm so excited. I've only been hosted once before. It was all very sudden. Oh, hey, Star. How are you doing? How's it going? You sucked. Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that. For those of you who don't know, Heath is he's also an artist, but he's also a gamer. And he does a lot of gaming. Sometimes I can catch him drawing though, every once in a while. So if you guys like watching, what is it? It's Overwatch? What is it that you play the most? Anyway, clearly I play it too. We're drawing skeletons. Yes, I'm drawing a creepy illustration for Sleeping Beauty. This is Sleeping Beauty here, and this is Maleficent, and this is what's happening. Fortnite. Why did I say Overwatch? Probably because that's the other popular one right now. Oh, you were drawing? Oh no, I missed a drawing one? I always try to make your drawing ones. Yeah, I would have been there. I usually stream on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, so I try to, like, stick to it. But yeah. Oh, you all suck. I don't know. Heath, do you post your artwork anywhere? I feel like I should know that, but I don't. Hey, Extra. How are you doing? So were you guys all drawing together? Yeah, I'll turn up this overlay layer because I cannot see what I'm doing. Well, welcome to me not knowing how to use Photoshop. That's pretty much what this stream should be called. Casey doesn't know how to use Photoshop. I didn't know you had an Insta. No, please do. I don't care if people do that. It's fine. I guess I probably will if I ever manage to have more followers, but I don't care. We're all here for art and for networking. It's all good. Oh, okay. So you were playing Fortnite. I see. I was like, were you guys all drawing on the same page? I don't get it. How does that work? Doritos? What? Doritos sound delicious. I found that you guys should see this. I found this awesome like website where you can pull up a skeleton and like move it. So cool. If you're an artist, like you can put it in any angle you want. It's like the best drawing reference ever. I'm pretty excited about it anyway. Obviously. Just had to show you guys. Doritos sound excellent. Oh, thanks, Amaze. Yeah, I have all kinds of little links and stuff down there. Whoa, what just happened? Somehow moving my browser, like, closed everything. Don't understand. Doot, 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 doot. Well, I'm sorry that it was frustrating, but... Aw, thanks, Star. Thanks for the follow. Oh, and I hit an exciting milestone today. I have 101 followers. But I've been under 100 followers this whole time, so I was pretty excited. I know that doesn't sound like a big milestone to you famous Twitch people, but to me it was very exciting. Right? Here, I'll link it to you guys in chat if you want. It's called, Oh, now 102? Oh, thanks. You're the 101st. You're like a Dalmatian. You're so special, Star. Yeah, here's a link to it. It's called kindman.com. Yeah, no, I was super excited at the beginning of the stream. I was like, you guys, I'm doing stuff now. He's not. He seems famous. I don't know. He's got like 2,000 followers. That seems pretty big to me. Look. You're so not famous? Well, you're a superstar in my eyes, Heath. Thank you, Zen. You're so nice. Thank you for the follow. I mean, I don't play games. I'm just an art streamer. I'm not a cool kid on Twitch. I'm just like a kid. But I sometimes do sculpting too, so it's not always just digital art. But yeah, check out that site if you want a good skeleton reference. It's kind of wonky to figure out the controls at first, but once you get it, it's really helpful. Super big fan. Shush about what? What did I even say? Well, thanks for stopping in, Zen. Thanks for allowing yourself to be raided over here. What's the difference between a raid and a... what's the other one? There's another thing you can do on Twitch. I don't know what it is, but you can do it. It's called a... No, wait, you hosted me. I was saying I'm not cool. Psh. Hang around a little bit. You'll be on board with that pretty fast. I'm so not cool. Just ask anybody in chat. Like, yeah, she's kind of dorky. It's okay, though. It's okay. I don't have to be cool to be okay with myself. It's fine. I know who I am. Well, I hope everybody had a marvelous day. I am cool. Host and raid, yes. What's the difference? Don't they do the same thing? I don't understand what the difference is. I think I've only been hosted. I don't know. Or is this a raid? What's the difference? Somebody who knows more, please explain Twitch. I think I've even asked this before, but I forgot. I'm as cool as the other side of a pillow? That's pretty cool. I mean, that's the best part of the pillow. Duh. Especially in the South. Come on. Really not. Thank you guys for thinking I'm cool. I like that you believe in my pseudo-coolness. The more important question is, how do you draw skeletons? Hosts are just bringing viewers, okay. And raids, you spam the chat with raid stuff. Oh. Okay. I don't know what that means. So like you raid somebody else's chat? Don't play card games on a full tummy? You keep saying that, but I don't know what that means, Last. I don't know what you're talking. Like, what happens? Ryu! Ryu! Hey, what are you doing? But raids are sort of the same thing, but are celebrated more. Oh, well maybe if I was a fancy person who actually had Twitch emotes, which I'm working on, but don't actually have completed yet, then maybe that would be more important. I think that's when you get your official, like, cool kids of Twitch card, right? Is when you have emotes or something. I think that's how that works. Why is this not showing up right? Oh man, chat is moving so fast though. I cannot keep up. It's all support either way. You're cool, not stupid cool. Wait, don't I want to be stupid cool or no? Wait, I don't know the difference, but I'm glad you think I'm cool. Yes, thank you. Either way, thank you for coming to hang out. I'm just trying to figure out the difference. Raids bring people to your stream, I see. Oh yeah, I'm in no hurry. So cool! No. I don't have any cool green screen like some people where I can just like be a disembodied head or something. Can't be all neat. Don't have any fancy hats. I don't have anything. I mostly just eat on stream. I can play classical music because all of the music is copyrighted on YouTube and I can't do anything without getting banned there. So probably gonna have to drop the YouTube thing because that's annoying. More importantly though, I'm stupid cool but in a cool way. This is getting really confusing. I'm just gonna go ahead and say you guys are cool for thinking I'm cool. How about that? How about that? Well, I hope everybody's had something exciting happen to them today. I like to live vicariously through my chatters because I don't ever do anything with my life. These kids will never know. What? What do you mean? I'm old enough to know Leroy Jenkins? Leroy! Time's up, let's do this. That's not that old. You're saying I'm old. That's not true. I'm not old. I'm the right age. Finger guns. You did? You got through the day? That is exciting. Hey, you made it. You win. You get a trophy. I haven't made it through the day yet. My day's not over. That's more than I can say. Okay, I gotta stop messing with that face. I'm having way too much fun. So, I actually didn't realize this. But your ribs connect to your sternum with, like, I guess, cartilage. I didn't know that. Because I was like, why aren't these ribs connected? And then I realized, oh yeah. We wear a fez. I don't even think I have a hat. Wait, I do have one hat. Okay, I will wear a hat just for you guys. It's a really cool hat. And it totally matches my awesome outfit. This is my hat. There we go. This is my, hey, it's cold outside hat. I don't have another hat. It has to be a fez. Oh, I do have a funny hat. Well, it's in my closet. I don't want to waste time. I have only one other type of hat. And it's like one of those, like, if you have dreadlocks, it's like a big bag, so you're supposed to put your hair in it. So, yeah, that's my hat. That peer pressure, I know. You guys are making me nervous. I'm not used to having so many people hanging out with me. I feel like I gotta do something special. This hat's pretty special. The Doctor of Gout, what? I don't have a fez, though. Oh, thanks, Amaze. I mean, mostly it keeps my ears warm, so I'm good with that. But okay. Look at all these people I gotta draw. I feel like I should do these other ones too. I have like this one really well done skull, and the rest of them are all just kind of horrible. That one's face down. I don't know why I'm working on him. I don't know what the Doctor of Galfrey is. This one is Sleeping Beauty. I gotta take this overlay off because it's too distracting. So yeah, this is Sleeping Beauty, and she is... So for those of you who are new to my stream, I'm working on a book. The author has written a series of short stories, and it's like a creepy retelling of classic fairy tales. So like, I think I have a few pulled up. So like, here's Beauty and the Beast, and here's thumbnails for the other ones. This one is not the right one. This is the right one. But so it's basically just like doing a creepy twist. Like here's the Little Mermaid. On classic fairy tales where the women are actually kind of more in charge of what's happening to them, as opposed to waiting on, it's kind of like a empowerment twist, creepy empowerment twist, because they're also like axe murderers and stuff. Like they're not good people for the most part. So it's just like a creepy, like some of them are zombies and some of them are this and some are ghosts and some are that, and most of them are killers. And, like Goldilocks is a hunter kind of a thing. But anyway, so I'm working on this book, and I need to have it done faster than I'm getting it done, and I'm doing them in batches. So I finished the Sleeping Beauty one last time, and I finished the rest of the ones from this batch. This is just the last one, and I totally put it off because it's the most intimidating, because it has so much detail in it, and I just didn't want to deal with it. But now I have to. I have no choice, because if I want to get my next paycheck, I gotta finish it. So here we are, working on a bunch of skulls, whatnot. But yeah, so in this story, Sleeping Beauty is actually in cahoots. Like she's in league with Maleficent. So like this is part of their plan to take over the kingdom. So it's more like, yeah. So like I don't know. Whenever I read her story, I was just like, oh wow. So she was just totally willing to kill all of these people so she could be a ruler, even though she was already a ruler in a way. So like I don't know. I was just like, she's kind of terrible, and I want to draw her laying on a pile of her dead victims. So that's what I'm doing. Because I just don't respect that. But anyway, that's what this is for. How was your day, Ryu? What are you up to? Actually, this hat is kind of hot, so I'm gonna take it off. I'll have to think of something more special next time. Maybe I'll put on a fancy jacket or something. I don't even think I have anything fancy. I have a purple scarf that's really gaudy and I never wear it. Guess I could wear that. Need to get a fancy green screen like Keith has. Oh yeah, how was Ready Player One? I've heard good things. I've heard good things. I'll probably not see it until it comes out on DVD, but you know. Crafting email to send to a couple of voice coaches. Oh cool. Good. I'm glad you're moving forward with that. Hope it goes well for you. Yeah? I mean, I haven't heard anybody who's said anything bad about it, really. So if nothing else, it sounds like they really knew their market. They got the audience that they wanted. Yeah, I've never read the book either. I'm sure many people will be reading the book now, though. So you're gonna be in good company. Why does he look like a frog? Oh, Doodlebot. I feel like we just had those. Is work going to give you enough time to do all that stuff for you? I thought you said that things were picking up at work now. Are you still enjoying it? Or are you kind of looking for other things again? Oh, so you're totally in charge of your schedule. I didn't realize that. That's nice. So you get to decide how much you work. So you can either super give in to your workaholic tendencies, or you could be balanced. I see. That's good to know. I'll be sure to remind you of that. I'm just messing. You know I love you. Just worry about you sometimes, that's all. Okay. I wish I could... So supposedly there's a way to move him. I want to move this joint. How do I move that? Left? Nope, that's not what I want to move. Right. Yes. Oh, look at that! I can move it! That is so useful. So I just have to select... Okay. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. So I can move this. I can move like any part of him. So I just have to select the part that... Oh, sweet. Sweet. Look at this. This is so cool. So it shows you exactly like how like the shoulder blade interacts with everything and stuff. That's cool. That's super cool. Okay, how do I stop moving him though? Do I press enter? What do I do? Move nothing. Okay. Okay, so I can move it and then I can look at how that changes the angle. Nice. This is so helpful. I love this thing. anyway, had to show you guys that because I thought that was super cool. Being signed on for the full-time position, so it's a minimum 35 a week. Okay, no matter what at this point, but I can still manipulate when and where I work. Well done. Well done, madam. I love this site, you guys. This is like my new favorite thing on the interwebs. So helpful. Can craft. Oh, I already read that. And it's been way too long since I've actually looked at a skeleton. This just reminds me of how long it's been since I've been in any kind of an art class setting. So many bones, oh my gosh. I'm gonna be drawing skeletons for like weeks. This is gonna take a long time. Can't let myself get too caught up in that though, because I'll never work on it. Can't help but be consumed by them though, Maze. Look at them. Look at how many I have to do. There's gonna be bones everywhere. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw the main few bodies and then just kind of insert random limbs and kind of hopefully make them fade into the background a little more. You know? Like, I don't want them to be super prominent. I figured this guy might steal the show a little bit, but I'm also gonna fade him. Because I mean, once I have the lighting figured out, like, it'll be bright in some areas, but mostly I think the focus is going to be on her. And then I'm imagining that the rest of this will be pretty dark. Hopefully. But I gotta actually draw the bones first and like paint everything. So. Simply charming. Oh yes, he's very charming. Very charming indeed. Getting all the like background stuff in there too. Alright, I need somebody to help me like stay on the ball with streaming more off schedule. I think I've been letting myself off the hook too easily this week. I really did plan on like streaming more. Like I was thinking about it yesterday, and I've already got plans tomorrow. Like I really need to I need some way to like, do you guys think it would be bad if I only streamed for like an hour or so at a time? Is that bad somehow? The only thing I can think of is that it pushes my videos off of the Twitch video thing. But I don't know how many people actually watch old videos. So maybe that doesn't matter as much as I think it does. Probably I'm just overthinking it though. Like most things. Well, I guess I'm just trying to make sure I'm not doing something that's like, oh, such a noob thing to do that makes some bad thing happen that I just don't know about, you know? Or don't think about until after. Man, pelvic bones are super weird looking. How have I not noticed that before? Strange. But I guess like my problem is I always like think about streaming. Like the last couple weeks I've been thinking about doing this off schedule and then just being like, oh, I've only got like 2 hours. That's not going to be a good stream. Or I've only got like an hour. As opposed to just being like, oh, I have an hour. I should stream. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe I just need to change the way I'm thinking about it. Mr. Skeleton Man. What is this? Oh, it's somebody's head. Life has to come first. Yeah, I suppose. But what is life? I don't really have a life. I think you have to have a life for it to come first. Maybe missing that piece. Okay, actually, I think I'm gonna change this. I want his leg to be going up. How do I do this? This is so fun. Oh dang, that's not what I wanted. I keep trying to move the kneecap instead of moving his actual leg. There we go. Okay. Hey look, my skeleton is running now. This is so exciting. What a running guy. Look at him. Casey, what have I told you about existentialism on stream? Yeah. I've already had my deep thought about interdimensional time theory today, so I feel like that's probably as deep as I need to go. Sorry, there was a super loud noise. I'm constantly like nervous that somebody's gonna break into my apartment on stream and just like that you guys will have to watch them like coming in here, and I don't know. It's just, there was just a person outside banging something that was scary sounding. That's all. That's all. No big deal. Just a little bit of vandalism. Okay. Keep on keeping on. I need to do that for sure. I don't understand why I can't get him to do what I need him to do. There we go. Nope, that's wrong. Man, arranging this thing is like... How do I turn it? Oh my gosh, I can't get the angle I need. It's driving me crazy. Actually, I might have to go kind of soon. I'm not sure yet. We'll see if I'm summoned or not. It's hard to tell what, like there's so many bones connecting along the spine and stuff. Kind of having a hard time seeing what is actually happening here. we'll just draw like skulls and various like angles of horrified looking nonsense. Most iconic part of the skull, or the skeleton anyway. I don't really know how to draw a jumble of bones without it looking super busy. I don't know. This is a struggle. Oh well. However, it is getting kind of late for me. Man, you can tell what part of the picture I worked on today. I need to go get ready for bed. I get up kind of early in the morning to work out and stuff, so yeah, I need to get some shut-eye before that time. Oh wait, I do need to fix this stupid looking skull first, and then I will go to bed. There. Yeah, I guess this is what we got so far. So but yeah, man, thank you guys so much for coming out to hang out, especially those of you who are new to the stream tonight. It's such a pleasure. Thank you so much, Heath. I don't know if you're hearing me right now, you're probably like off, but anyway, just yeah, thanks for the raid. Really appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully everybody has a great rest of their night. If you want to hang out elsewhere or keep in touch with me, you can come hang out in the Discord or follow me on social media, which is all the links and stuff below. And yeah, I need to go to bed. I'm pretty tired. Night, Ryu. So yeah, also I will be for sure streaming on Friday and Saturday this week around the same time. And possibly throughout the week, we'll see, I don't know. But I do appreciate the new follows today, and oh, thanks, Amaze. Thank you, I did. Okay, saved. The new follows today, and the new faces, and the company, as always, is so nice to have to keep me on track, so. Alright, that being said, you guys have a great evening, and I will hopefully see some of you around. Good night!